Hi everyone! Kamusta kayo? Ako po si Mark ng TechPinas and I'd like to welcome all of you to the all-new program of TechPinas.com, which is TechPinas Tech Talk, where I will give you the latest tech news, commentary, and quick reviews, all to help build a more tech-informed, tech-empowered nation. So for our very first episode, I'll talk about the 2022 Apple iPhone series. And alam ko kasi na marami sa inyo ang big fans ng Apple. So pag-usapan natin ang kanilang pinaka-aabangan na handset this year. So i-share ko sa inyo lahat ng mga naririnig ko, all the leaks and all the insider information about the iPhone this year. So before anything, I just want to say that only Apple can give official details about their unreleased products. So yung pag-uusapan natin dito are mainly insider information or leaked details about the Apple iPhone series for 2022. Anyway, tradition naman talaga sa TechPinas yung pagbibigay natin ng ganitong mga detalye. So this is just in line with what we offer at TechPinas.com. Alright, so if you're good with that, let's go! Okay, so the first thing that I want to share is about the name of the iPhone series this year. So according to many insiders, ang magiging pangalan ng iPhone series this year will be Apple iPhone 14 series. So nagfa-follow lang to sa usual na nomenclature or naming system ng Apple para sa kanilang handset line. So last year, 2021, we had the Apple iPhone 13 series. And this year, we have the iPhone 14 series. So under this new series, meron daw 4 na new iPhone models ang Apple. At yan yung pangalawang gusto kong pag-usapan dito, no? So, isa-isahin natin sila. We have the base model, which is the Apple iPhone 14. So, katumbas yan ng Apple iPhone 13 base model natin last year. So, meron din tayong Apple iPhone 14 Pro na mas powerful at mas maraming camera kumpara sa base model. At meron din dyan yung mas malaki pa na Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max na kasing powerful din ng Pro model natin pero mas malaki ang kanyang screen. Pero ito yung interesante kasi last year, we had the iPhone 13 mini. Ito yung smaller model than the base model na mas maliit din ang screen. But this year, siguro dahil hindi ganun kaganda ang naging sales ng iPhone 13 mini, pinalitan na to ng Apple ng device na mas malaki ang display. And this is going to be called the iPhone 14 Max. So mas malaki yung display nito kumpara sa base model natin. And speaking of the screen, pag-usapan natin yung display sizes ng lahat ng mga models na nabanggit ko. So for the Apple iPhone 14 and the Apple iPhone 14 Pro, ang sinasabi nila na display size ng mga to ay 6.1 inch. Pero ano ba yung kaibahan? So ito, isa pa to sa mga leaked insider info, no? The Apple iPhone 14 will only have 60 Hz refresh rate para sa screen niya, while the Apple iPhone 14 Pro, which is more expensive, will support 120 Hz refresh rate. So ano ba yung kahalagahan nitong refresh rate? So basically, kapag mas mataas ang refresh rate ng isang screen, mas smooth din yung mga screen transitions na makikita natin. At very noticeable yan when you navigate the interface with finger gestures. So when you swipe across the screen, kapag mas mataas ang refresh rate, mas wabe rin yung transitions na makikita ninyo. What about the Apple iPhone 14 Max and the iPhone 14 Pro Max? So may mga nagsasabi na pareho yung screen size nila na 6.7 inch. Meron din naman na nagsasabi na mas malaki ng konti yung iPhone 14 Max with a 6.78 inch screen, while yung iPhone 14 Pro Max ay meron lang 6.7 inch. Pero ang pinakamalaking difference daw dito sa dalawang screen na to, again, same dun sa iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro, ay 60 Hz lang ang refresh rate ng screen ng iPhone 14 Max, while up to 120 Hz ang refresh rate ng screen ng Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max. So yung mga Pro models, dahil nga sa more expensive sila, more powerful, with the screen din nakasama sa mas mataas na specs, mas mataas talaga yung refresh rate nila. Okay? Fourth thing, sa screen pa rin tayo. According to insiders, ito yung pinakamalaking difference pagdating sa itsura or sa exterior ng base models or the regular models, which are the Apple iPhone 14 and 14 Max versus the Pro models, the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, is that the base models or the regular models will have notch pa rin sa display nila. So ito yung usual na notch na nakikita natin, yung parang bangs sa taas ng display ng mga iPhone. Meron pa rin yan yung mga regular models natin. Now, as for the Pro models, the Apple iPhone 14 Pro and the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max, they will only have a pill and hole cutout near the top of the display. So, maging less noticeable na yung kinalalagyan ng ating mga front-facing camera as well as the sensors na katabi nito. So that's another premium feature for the Pro line of the iPhone this year. Number 5 is about the build or the construction of the Apple iPhone 14 series. So according to an investor's report by JP Morgan Chase in July 2021, the regular models or the iPhone 14 and the 14 Max will still have an aluminum alloy body just like the iPhone 13 and 13 mini. So aluminum pa rin, familiar naman tayo dun sa look and feel niyan sa mga iPhone models previously, no? But here's a special thing about the Pro models this year, which are the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max. Compared to the Pro models last year, the new ones will be even more premium because they will feature a titanium body instead of just one made of stainless steel. So titanium is one of the toughest or most durable metals out there. So definitely the Apple iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max will have a more luxurious build that's more resilient against physical damage. So very premium talaga kung totoo man na magiging titanium ang kanilang shell. So sana nga, di ba? Para mas sulit. Dahil for sure napakamahal yung mga handsets na yan. Number 6, pag-usapan natin yung internal hardware itong mga handsets na to, no? According to various reports, only the Pro models will have the all-new Apple A16 Bionic processor, while the regular models or the base model as well as the Apple iPhone 14 Max will have the older Apple A15 Bionic processor, which powered the Apple iPhone 13 series from 2021. So definitely pagdating sa power, lamang na lamang yung mga Pro models natin this 2022, which are the Apple iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. Ay medyo weird tong news na to, no? Kasi yung inaasahan ko rin personally is for all of the models this year to have the A16 Bionic processor. Pero I don't know. But then again, hindi rin naman masyadong dehado yung bibili ng mga regular models natin or the base model, the iPhone 14 and the 14 Max, dahil the A15 Bionic processor is still one of the best mobile processors out there in terms of performance. Yun nga lang, syempre, di ba, dahil if you will be spending that much money na rin on the handset, syempre na-expect mo rin na updated na yung performance compared to the more powerful models this year. So again, that's just one of the downsides of getting the regular models, the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Max. Kung totoo man, but I'm still hoping na sana lahat nga sila ay gawin ng A16 Bionic ang processor. Here's to hoping that that will happen. Fingers crossed, di ba? Now, in terms of RAM, looking at leak details, mukhang pare-pareho silang 6 gigs RAM lahat, no? So, all the 4 models will have 6 gigs of RAM. Pero ano ba yung kaibahan ng regular at Pro variants? So, the Pro variants will have the faster and more energy-efficient LPDDR5 architecture for their RAM, while the regular models, which are the iPhone 14 and 14 Max, will only have the older and slightly slower LPDDR4X RAM architecture. So yun yung pinagkaiba nila, no? So parehong 6 gigs ang RAM, pero better for multitasking pa rin ang ating Pro models dahil faster ang RAM architecture nila. Alright, so number 7 na tayo. Let's go back again to the exterior. No? So according to many reports, all of the iPhone 14 series models will have a flatter back compared to all of the previous iPhones. So ibig sabihin yan, less protruding yung kanilang camera module. So for the Apple iPhone 14 Pro series or the Pro and the Pro Max, meron silang tatlong cameras at the back. So meron sila ng main camera natin, then you have the ultra-wide camera and also the telephoto camera, which is very handy for portraits as well as for zooming in. Now, for the regular models, the iPhone 14 and the 14 Max, meron lang silang main camera and the ultra-wide camera. So that's the main difference pagdating sa regular and the Pro models. The Pro models will just have more cameras and also, I guess, more powerful imaging software din. Physically, ang interesting dyan yung flat back. So may mga nagsasabi na dahil nga flatter na yung rear, baka hindi na kailanganin ng case. Pero personally, because of the price of these phones, I'm sure na marami pa ring mga iPhone 14 users ang gagamit ng protective case for these handsets. So while we are on the topic of the exterior of the iPhone 14 series, isisingit ko lang to. So in June 2022, nag-set ang European Parliament ng requirement for all mobile devices that will be released in that territory to have a USB Type-C charging port. Pero mag-take effect pa to in autumn 2024. So I don't think na Apple is particularly pressured to put a USB Type-C charging port sa mga iPhone na i-release nila within this year. Pero definitely in the future, they will have to change the Lightning port of the iPhone into USB Type-C charging port. Pero mukhang hindi pa for the Apple iPhone 14 series. So Lightning port pa rin sa tingin ko yung makikita natin na charging port nitong mga new handsets na lalabas this year. Okay, so finally, number 8, let's talk about the rumored pricing and also the colorways of the 2022 Apple 14 series. So let's start with the colorways. So for the regular models, the iPhone 14 and the 14 Max, it will be available in white, purple, red, blue, and black. While for the Apple iPhone 14 Pro and the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max, they'll be available in 4 colors, which are purple, gold, silver, and graphite. So, magkano ba ang dapat nating ihandang pera para sa mga Apple iPhone 14 series models na to? So again, these prices are not official, but according to insiders, the Apple iPhone 14 will start at $799 US. The Apple iPhone 14 Max starts at $899 US. The Apple iPhone 14 Pro will start at $999 US, and finally, the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max will start at $1,099 US. Okay, so kayo na yung mag-convert niyan in peso plus add a bit more pa for taxes and duties. So to wrap up, let me just answer the questions na I'm sure you're asking in your mind. When will Apple officially announce and release the 2022 Apple iPhone series? So to answer that, let me just say that for the past 5 years, except in 2020 during the height of the pandemic, Apple has been officially announcing their new iPhone models around the second week of September. So for this one, for the Apple iPhone 14 series, if that's going to be the name talaga, I'm guessing that Apple will also announce it by the second week of September 2022. Now, as for the release date, based again on what we've seen for the past 5 years, I'm projecting that it should be around the last week of September 2022 for key markets, and for other markets, around 3 to 4 weeks up to a month after that. So that includes the Philippines. And this year, I'm just hoping that Apple's official network carriers and authorized distributors will be able to get the new iPhone models earlier for all of us. I mean, we can always hope, right? Alright, so there you have it. That's episode 1 of TechPinas Tech Talk. So if you found this video useful and informative, kindly click the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe to TechPinas, where you can get the latest tech and gadget news, commentaries, tips, and reviews to help build a tech-informed, tech-empowered nation. Again, ako po si Mark ng TechPinas. Maraming salamat po. Stay safe and see you again soon.